Love that cup of coffee first thing in the morning. Good morning, friends. I'm Mark Holmes, still here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and being a part of the Jobu Sports Report. And here we are with our morning edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. It seems like every time I go to bed, something is happening with the Dallas Cowboys. So let's bring you guys up to speed. Now, the only free agent signing we've had is Brian Price. And so far, that hasn't changed because, well, Jerry Jones and gang are all on vacation in the Bahamas. That's right. The biggest week in football, free agency, Jerry Jones is out of town on vacation. Yeah, so there's that. That basically lets you know that they're not planning on doing jack as far as the first wave of free agency. They'll get back to bargain basement shopping and doing something, I'm sure, the Nolan Carrolls of the world, the Demontre Moores, the Cedric Thorntons and things, but nobody that's really, unless we happen to get lucky, impactful. Now, of course, we have tagged Demarcus Lawrence, and he's basically going to be a $17 million cap hit unless they end up working out a long-term deal, in which case I can reduce that number. And we tendered, and it's not love me tender. No, it's a second round tender. And if you don't know what that means is, technically, he is still a free agent. Other teams can make him an offer, and he can bring that to the Cowboys and say, here's what such and such is offering. Now, because it's a second round tender, the Cowboys basically are paying him $2.9 million. That's what it is. If it had been a first round tender, it would have been more money. But here's the thing. If another team wants him, they make an offer for his contract, and let's say they offer him $5-6 million a year. And the Cowboys have the right of first refusal. They can match that offer. So that way, okay, we're going to keep him. We're going to pay him that same contract that you were going to pay. But here's the interesting part. The other team would have to give up a second round pick. So basically, you're making a trade for a guy. Really, in essence, that's what it is. Kind of like what we heard we were trying to do with Earl Thomas, and it kind of blew up in my face. But basically, they're trading a draft pick to get David Irving. Now, here's the interesting part. This might end up being the St. Patrick's Day massacre. The Colts and the Jets basically traded draft position. The Jets moving from 6th to 3rd. And, of course, the Colts moving from 3rd to 6th. But they picked up 3 number 2 draft picks. This is the scary part now. So right now, the Colts have 3 second-round draft picks in this year's draft, and then 2 in the following year. You see where I'm going with this? And the Colts, of course, have a coach who could have almost been, defensive coordinator here in Dallas, Matt Ephus. Yeah. He has a relationship with David Irving. He knows him really well. And they may look at that and say, you know what? We traded back for 3 spots. We're not looking for a quarterback. We can get a young defensive end that I know all about for one of these extra second round picks. I mean, this is like playing with house money. Will they offer him? I don't know. And if it ends up being a really high contract, well, if you're Dallas Cowboys, then you start looking at that and saying, a second round pick. It'll be the Colts' second round pick. All of a sudden, you got some real thinking. You've got David Irving here. And you could have the 3rd pick in the second round. Now, the Dallas Cowboys haven't done great with second round draft picks. But you're talking about the 35th pick I believe 35th. Am I right? It might be 35th or 36th, somewhere around in there. I'm sorry, not 35th, 39th. It's the Jets. No, it'll be the Colts. I've got to get straight. I'll check that out, but I think it's the 35th pick. Yeah. So the 35th pick in the draft. You could have 19, 35. You could have, Now you're going to have to weigh, okay. David Irving on my defensive line. Or do I take a swing tackle or a guard? David Irving or maybe a linebacker? David Irving or wide receiver? That's going to be a tough call to make if the Colts come calling. We'll have to wait and see how that one goes. I don't have any inside information or any tips from anybody, and if I had anything, I now know to go ahead and direct message Mike Fisher with it first, as he put it. But in other news, in case you haven't heard, there's a video out of Zeke Elliott. And no, it's not a TMZ one. And I got to tell you, right now, I feel pretty good about Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott, who I feel got a raw deal last year, but sometimes when bad things happen, you turn it into something that ends up being more positive. And here's the video right here. Let's check this out. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Zeke is working his ass off. Zeke, who TMZ has been trying to get him into stuff, is trying to bait him, trying to definitely scully his name and trying to get him to stuff. I mean, we heard the rapper over there who talked about them getting weird, and as soon as they put the whole thing on there, you see the picture of Boobygate, Then they go ahead and basically stalk him as he's going out shoe shopping and stuff and try and bait him into things. But this guy is out busting his ass. He is getting in shape, and I believe he's going to be coming back next year with a vengeance. I just can't wait, guys. I really just can't wait to see him on the field. And I got to tell you, man, this isn't a Jason Garrett Clapper award, man. I am applauding Zeke Elliott because it seems like he gets it. He didn't let TMZ bait him into anything, didn't have any confrontations with them and everything, just kept on walking, just staying focused on the mission ahead. Let me get in my vehicle, enjoy my day, and go home. We haven't seen him in the club. We haven't heard anything out of him. I love it. Unlike Odell Beckham. Now, I had my phone blowing up last night in the middle of the night and everything else because there were false reports of Odell Beckham in a bar fight in Atlanta, but it turns out it wasn't Odell Beckham. But remember, it was just a week ago, we saw him in a video clip with him with some kind of a brown cigarette in his hand, some pizza, and a woman who was playing with some baking soda. But hey, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. But that's it, friends. We're up to speed with the Dallas Cowboys. So as always, I want to thank you guys for being part of the Jobu Sports Report. We'll see if anything happens with Will McClay. Basically, we're holding down the fort while everybody's on vacation. See if there's any changes, news, signings, or anything else. Oh, one last thing. Orlando Scandrick will be in D.C. talking to the Washington Redskins. Don't do it, Orlando. Don't do it. Go anywhere but Washington, man. You don't want to do that to yourself. That's where Dallas Cowboy former players go to end their career. Ask Jason Hatcher. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and I hope you have a great Sunday without football, and I'll see you soon. Hello, friends. Cowboy Jobu here with an unsolicited opinion on the Jobu wings. You were saying about the wings?
The wings are the best I've ever had. Hands down. Awesome.
Okay. Well, we've been passing out our recipe. If you actually look on our YouTube channel, we have all the recipes for all this stuff on here.
With the women, with the ladies.
You know that. Okay. Slide in a little bit here. Okay. All right. So on 3, Jay, get in there, man. Okay, we're gonna do How About Them Cowboys. Okay? All right, everybody, on 3, How About Them Cowboys? 1, 2, 3.
How about them Cowboys?